Welcome back to Trust Detailing COMOSYS 2024, and let's pick where we left. And from here, we had left when I was showing how we can create a connection here. So the next, we'll just do the same connection here, and we'll come to the same gasket, bolted gasket plate, and we'll pick on that and pick that as secondary member, then right click. So we want to add stiffeners here, so I'll pick on the gasket plate right there, press letter M and enter on your keyboard, and give the editor dialog box some time to appear on the screen. And there we are, and I'm going to enable the both gasket plates. So I'll come to my settings here and just click connection 1 and click load and click apply. So we'll have that in place, connection in place. So I'll do the same on the other end, and if I zoom out, let me just zoom out and go this far end here and do exactly the same thing, that as main member and that as secondary member. Right click, and what I'm going to do, right click and get off that and come here and do the same thing here. So what I'm going to do, since we didn't include any stiffeners both left and right, so we want to include them here. So as usual, just pick any part of this type of this connection, then press letter M and enter, and the dialog box will appear, and from there we'll be able to edit it further. Here we are, and I'm going straight to just use my preset and click load. I'm using the preset because I'm assuming you got the concept on how I created that and how I added the right and left stiffeners. So let's go ahead and click load and click apply, and we'll have those in place. So I'll go to the bottom end and do the same thing here. Press letter M and enter on the keyboard and give some time the editor dialog box to come up. Then we'll key in or load our settings to define or to come up with the right connection that we prefer for the particular connection between the bottom chord and the column. So let's give some time. There we are, and I'm just going straight to load that and load my connection right there, and click load and click apply, and we have the connection in place. So the next thing we need is to create a cap plate here, a cap plate on top here. So let me just turn this into a position that I'll be able to see everything clearly. So where do we get the cap plate? The cap plate will come to base plates here, and we have these in place, and we have some detailing here. I think we can have end plate with fitting, so I think we are going to use this end plate with fitting. I don't know, this will not work best for us. We'll come to end plate with fitting detail, we'll pick on that, then we pick on the column, then we have some instructions here. So let's select a joint. So the joint will assume this is the joint here. So once you've picked the joint, select the point of origin. That is the point of origin. So we want to define the x-axis. The x-axis, we can define x-axis as this, as that direction, and y-axis you can define in that direction. Let me just define the y-axis in that direction, and we give some time to create a plate. So this is what we want, but not actually what we expected. So I'll click undo. So once I've clicked undo, we have two options. We can create the plate manually by coming to plate and picking on the plate and just snapping on these edges here, and snap on that spot, and snap on that spot, and snap on that spot, and we will have a plate in place. So from here you can be able to edit or customize further the thickness of the plate. So if I double click on the plate here and give it some time to bring the editor dialog box, and from here I'll be able to just key in 10 millimeter. If I click apply, I'll be able to see we have that in place. So let's just bring it up, because it is, I want it to flash at the top end of our column. I'll click front, then click apply. Let me just take it behind and click apply. I will have that flashing perfectly well. So we'll have that in place. So if I pick any part there and rotate, we'll have our plating sitting well with everything with the column. So let me select on that, and we want to mirror that on the other end. So what do? We have to define a mirror at the middle point of the pitch here. So if I right click here, once I've selected the plate that I want to mirror, I'll come to special copy. I'm doing this because I had already defined the mirror line. So in case you don't know how to do that, I'll select the plate, then I'll right click and come to special copy and pick on mirror. So once I've picked on mirror, I'll come here right in the middle here, the center of the apex here, which assume will be this 6 will be at 6 here. So if I try and create a mirror line there and click on that, we'll have that. So this is just a mirror, and if I click run, let's see whether our mirror point is correct. If I zoom close, we'll have the plate right on top there. So it's not welded. There's no connection between this and this. So it's not a full assembly. So we have to create a weld between the two. So how do you create a weld? We'll come to auto weld, and we want to weld this to this, and we have weld here. You can see the weld symbol here. So if I come here and select this and right click and come to show assembly, you'll be able to see that it's showing as an assembly. And if I right click and come to show only or show only selected, you'll be able to see I have this as an assembly, and this will be taken to site. But remember, you can't ship this 12 meter plus to site, which means we'll have to split this into two and create a splice joint at the middle there. But that's a common sense, and that is self-explanatory, and it's easy to create. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and come to show all, so that we have everything in place. So that's how you do that. So I'll come to this far end also and create a connection, a weld connection there rather, and connect that, weld that to that. So we'll have a weld right there. So that's all about that, and I hope you will try that by yourself in COMOSYS 2024. And the next presentation in class detail now will go straight to auto connection using the IntelliConnect tool in COMOSYS, where we'll use IntelliConnect to create automatic connection between the top and bottom cord to create gusset rates. So let's do that on the next presentation, and I hope the workflow I've just defined here you'll be able to follow. I'll try to do the same thing in COMOSYS 2024. I'll be able to see you I'll be happy to get a response back from you trying to do the same thing. So let's meet then. Bye bye.